Hello amigos, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me today, and bienvenidos if you are new here. I have a couple of items that I want to share with you. These are actually birthday gifts. These are long overdue. I have been holding on to one of them, and then the other one I just received the other day. The handbag, I actually got it back in April, and the other jewelry piece, very first fine piece of jewelry that I have from Hermes, I just got in the other day. And so that's going to be today's unboxing. So if you are new here, please consider subscribing if you're not subscribed already, or even if you're returning, please consider subscribing. It's free. I love to talk about luxury as well as share deals and steals and military discounts. It's very important for me as a military wife to a retired first sergeant. So I love to share military discounts for those of you that are eligible. This has been long time coming. I'm very behind in videos. It's been very busy here at the house, just with work, and so I'm just now getting around to do this video, and it's like mid-July when I am filming this. So we have this really nice unboxing for this handbag here. It's been a busy day. We were out and about today, and as luck would have it, my husband and I were having lunch, and all of a sudden there was like a ruckus of people in the restaurant. And come to find out, there's a very popular YouTuber that is in town. He's actually staying at our retired Spurs Tony Parker. They are staying there in his home for about a month. So his name is Duke Dennis. He's like got over 1 million subscribers, and so he's in town. I think he's here. I think they've rented out Tony Parker's mansion for about a month. So he's in town. So we were sitting on the other side of where they were at. So it was really funny because we were like, who is this person? Who is this person? And everybody from the back, all the employees that were coming out looking to see and take pictures. And so we asked the waitress, because my husband was like, who's that? And she said, it's a popular YouTuber. And he was like, is this from your generation? And she was like, yes. And so, but he's in town. So for those of you who might follow him, we got to see him. They were actually recording him going into the restaurant because we were eating at Steakhouse, Texas Roadhouse. So we were there. So he went in there and had lunch while we were there. But my husband was like, they were very kind, because he had this very buff security team with him. So my husband was like, one of them was very kind to come and open the door for him when he went into the restaurant, because I guess they saw him wobbling with his cane. But it was nice to see a YouTube celebrity. Let's go ahead and do the jewelry item first that comes in this box. And this is something that I actually ordered through Fashion File, because I don't believe in paying full price for jewelry from Hermes. It's not jewelry that I think, you know, it doesn't hold its retention value, unfortunately, which is sad, because I'm sure the quality is there, but unfortunately, especially for fine jewelry pieces, you can get these discounted. And so I got this on Fashion File when they were having like their promo of the 10%, and I actually got this at a really good deal. There we go. All right. So of course you have the really fun little confetti. Yippee, happy birthday to me. These are my birthday gifts to me. So we've got, of course, the Fashion File nail file. And what goodness, this is stuffed with tissue. So much tissue. Wow. Okay, here it is. The piece comes over here. Let's see, let me put this down over here. Of course, used is the new. Okay. Let's slide this out, because like I always slide everything out, right? And we have the Fashion File little dust bag. This is actually cute. You can actually fit some sunglasses. That's actually perfect. Okay, let me put my readers on. I don't have my little fancy glasses in here. These are the ones I'm using because I'm in my office. Okay. We have the nice classic orange box from Hermes. And let's see how this looks. They had this turned kind of like around. It was facing the bottom. So here we go. Can you see that? This is their white gold diamond Heracles. I don't know how you pronounce this. My French, I'm gonna butcher it. But This is the white gold wedding ring, and it's got the H like in the little diamonds. I'm sure it's probably hard to see in there, but this is just nice and petite. Okay, let me put this on my ring finger. My hands are still swollen from my injury, but you can see that it's got the H here and the diamonds. It's very, very subtle, very, very subtle. But since my hands are swollen, this actually fits my ring finger really, really well. This is actually a size 55, which is like a 7 1/4. So here you can see how it looks on the ring finger, and I just have on David Yurman bracelet with Morganite. So you've got the silver and then the white gold. Now let's try over here. Taking off my chandonk, and it fits good here. See that? So I can put it on the ring finger. Those diamonds are very, very like minuscule. Like this is very tiny. That H with the diamonds is extremely, extremely subtle. Very, very subtle. Very, very subtle. But you can layer it like with some of your, like let's say your engagement ring, or I can layer it simple here with my wedding set, so it's not going to be too much on the hand, but it's very demure. definitely very, very demure. Now I had been eyeing this, of course, on the Fashion File website, because I know that the fine jewelry from Hermes is very, very expensive, and as I mentioned, it unfortunately does not retain its value because of the fact that retail price for this currently on the website is $2,350. And I had been monitoring the price drop on this ring because I wanted to make sure that I found one that was in excellent condition. And this one was in excellent condition, and I actually ended up getting this one for $850. So I saved more than half on this particular ring. The thing with the jewelry is unfortunately it's not like it's Tiffany's, where Hermes is not a jewelry store in that manner where I can take my engagement ring to Tiffany's and I can leave it there and they can clean it for me. They can check it, inspect it, and that's the service that you're getting when you're actually buying a gold piece of jewelry from Tiffany & Companies. Whereas with Hermes, they're not really like a jeweler. They don't actually have like in-house jewelers there, as far as I know, to where, you know, you'd be able to then, you know, take in your pieces, they clean it while you're shopping or what have you. But, you know, so you're paying for that service, especially when you go like to Tiffany's. And unfortunately, I don't think that's something that they would be able to do there for you in a mess. So please let me know down in the comments if they do offer that. I would imagine if there's anything that happens to the ring, they have to ship it out like back to France. You don't have somebody there specifically that can, you know, easily clean it, buff it, polish it, or what have you. But this is very, very subtle, and I have on my Cape Cod watch that, again, of course, I got this through Fashion File and saved 50%. So this is why I like to save money, amigos. But it's very, very subtle. So just in case, this is what it looks like, because of course you see it on the website or you see it on Fashion File or, you know, the resellers, and it makes you think like the H is very nice and distinctive, the diamonds and everything. This is extremely, extremely, very, very, very subtle. Very, very subtle. And that's without readers. Even with readers, it's tiny, like the little H. But I wanted something nice and subtle, and I wanted this for my birthday. So it's cute. It's cute, and I can't complain for the price. Definitely can't complain for the price. I can use this ring on its own, or I can layer it with other pieces of jewelry. So it's just nice and simple. And I went ahead and went with the white gold, so this way it kind of blend with a lot of my watches that have like the stainless steel. And also, unfortunately, the rose gold ring in this style, when you look at the wear from the website, from like, let's say Fashion File or the Real, a lot of the rose gold rings that I saw, they had like a tarnishing, and they were getting a lot of like marks on it. And I don't know if maybe the person who wore that ring, they had something like within their body, like the chemical, where it starts to tarnish. Like my husband can't wear silver, it'll tarnish. And so he has to wear actual gold. And so a lot of the rose gold style rings in this style and that other one that had the larger kind of like H, unfortunately, a lot of them were in really, really bad condition. Really, really bad condition with a lot of that tarnishing, staining. It was really, really unfortunate because it's really, really pretty in rose gold. But when I saw that, I was afraid of how it would look. And especially if it's not like to where you can take it into Tiffany Company, they can clean it up and make it look really, really pretty fresh and new again. It really wasn't worth it for me to make that expense for an Hermes jewelry piece that wasn't going to retain its value. But this is really cute. It is in good condition. I don't see anything wrong with it. They actually sent me additional photos when I wanted to go ahead and get this just so I could inspect it a lot closer. I reached out to the representative that I speak with in the Austin Fashion Fall location, and she sent me really, really good up close photos. She requested them in, so this way I could make sure I made a educated purchase on this particular beautiful little Hermes band. Very, very nice. Definitely very subtle, very, very demure. If that's the look that you're going for, this particular ring is pretty. It is really, really, really nice and subtle. This item, this was sent to me back in April, and my SA is wonderful. She's out in Dallas. She knows that I like a lot of like pastel colors. This was my offer from last year in 2024. And I had asked her for this particular handbag a few years ago. This came in, and she says that as soon as she saw this in the shipment, she grabbed it and she was like, okay, I have this item, do you want? And I was like, yes, ring it up. So I'm super excited because this is a mini bag and a very, very sought after color from Hermes. So let's get to the unboxing for this item. And I'm so excited for this. I never thought I would get a handbag in this color, because this is a dream color for many people that are Hermes addicts, Hermes lovers. And some of you might know which color I'm probably talking about, because it is definitely not gold. Gold is really not one of my favorite colors at all. Oh, nice. She put my receipt in. Or no, this is the booklet. Okay. I think the receipt was in the box that it came in. So I probably have that somewhere. Okay. I'm sure you can guess the bag that comes in here. All right. And for all the pink lovers, check this out. Oh my gosh. It's a mini Evelyn 16 in rose sakura. Extremely sought after color. Mira nomás, mira nomás. There it is. There's Rosita in the background in the rose de te color, and this is rose sakura. Oh my goodness. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Look at that. Let's give her a little vuelta, a little spin. She's got the palladium hardware, which complements the rose perfectly. It's just fresh. It's so, so, so fresh. And this is in Clemence leather. Usually they come in Clemence leather because you can definitely see the graining. I can really see the graining here from the lights, but it's deep. It is deep, the graining on this particular leather, and it has a little bit of subtle veining on the back, but that's okay because I put this to the back, even though this is the front of the bag, right? We all know that's the front, and you have the really pretty, lovely little H's here. And let's see, the strap color. I didn't even ask her all of the specifics. She just said rose sakura, and I was like, yes, yes, yes. So of course you have the raw interior lining on the interior. This is my third, so now I have a trifecta. I have a trifecta because I have an etoupe, which was the first one that I was offered in Florida. The second one is in Blue Pearl, and that one I received the offer in Cancun a couple years ago, and now I have the most beautiful sought after rose sakura in this little mini Evelyn. So my trifecta is complete. Okay, let's see what color the strap is. Oh, ooh, ooh. Mira nomás. It is in a really pretty rose. Complementative to the Rose Sakura leather. Look at that. Bien bonito. Oh my goodness. Just fresh. Here you have your Hermes stamping, right? Since I don't have my readers on. Oh my goodness. She is beyond cute. Okay, let's take this off. Okay. This handbag, it came in, I guess, with the new pricing, right? Because since I got it in April, and then they raised the prices in like February, March, whenever the whole tariff situation occurred. And so I'm glad that it came in and she offered it to me, because I love all the pink colors, and I'm just so glad that she had this. They had a mauve pale. When I was in Cancun, they had a mauve pale Picotin. He didn't have anything in Rose Sakura. They had a mauve pale Picotin, and it was in silver, and it was in a size 18. And I was like, no, I'm not, the 18, it's okay, but I really prefer the 22. I really fell in love with the Picotin 22 size. Mira nomás. Look at this. Look at that. Okay, let me give you a little bit of mock shot so you can see how this fits on a larger frame. By the way, this blouse, this is by Mucho Gusto. You can see some of the little M's on here. I found this at a local boutique. Y'all know I love to shop at Julian Gold. But this is handmade silk, and I believe this company is out, like it's Dutch, if I'm not mistaken. But doesn't it give you the Hermes vibes? I was waiting to wear this blouse to reveal this handbag. Isn't that crazy? But look at this really pretty print. So Mucho Gusto, very Hermes-esque, because of like that chandonk looking here. And look at this. Here you can see my Cape Cod watch, and this is in the Rose Sakura Swift leather. Look how it complements the bag. Just perfectly. Just perfectly. Okay. This is gonna sit a little high above the waist, but just so you can see, if you're size 14, 16, 18, amigas, this is how it's going to sit with you. But especially if you have like those, let's say you have a Coach tabby with the chain, like the little wristlet. If you have silver, it's gonna go, it should clip on here well. Unfortunately, the one I have is gold, so it's not gonna really kind of go well with this. But look at this. Oh my goodness, mira nomás. Qué hermoso. Qué hermoso el reloj, the watch with the Rose Sakura little mini Evelyn. Perfect for summer. Perfect for summer. Just a great compliment, the two of them. Look at that. So fresh with all the silver, the chandonk. And I love to travel with these. So I'm so excited to have this in this color. I wear a lot of Mexican shirts since we go to tropical Caribbean locations, so it's hot and humid. And I just love carrying these. Carry this little bag because my passports fit in here. And I'm beyond thrilled that I have this. She is so cute. She's perfect. She is perfect. Perfect. Look at that. So we've got a family. We have a little family. Look at this. Rosette, Rose Sakura. Just beautiful. Great handbag to have in your collection. These fit quite a bit with, I can fit my Louis Vuitton passport cover in here with my, actually with like 2 passports, because I usually carry my husband's in there, and then my readers and a few lippies or whatever, and another little wallet. And I just love being able to fit quite a bit of stuff in here. I don't bother with inserts because to me I feel like it's just going to take up space. But look at that. Look at this pink. It is so girly. It is so girly. Very girly. And it actually, you can tell the difference. Actually, let me take off my watch just so you can see the difference between the Swift and the Clemence. Look at that. It would help if I probably put this on correct side, right? Not upside down. But see how this is nice and smooth? So this is your Rose Sakura in the Swift, and this is your Rose Sakura in the Clemence leather. So you can see how it has a lot more of the definition of like the grain in this leather. Look at that. And then this is in smooth. So it almost has like a little bit more of a slight lighter tone on the Smooth Swift versus your Clemence, leather. But she's gorgeous. She is absolutely, absolutely gorgeous. And I'm so excited to have completed my trifecta with the holy grail of pinks in the Hermes handbags of this beautiful, beautiful color. She's so, so, so pretty. So cute. And you just have the nice soft little button detail in pink. Just fresh. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. That's today's unboxing. My lovely little handbag from Hermes, added to my collection, and my ring from Fashion File. So don't forget, if you want to save some money, going the pre-love route is definitely the way to go for some of the fine jewelry pieces. But thanks for joining me today. I hope you'll have a wonderful and blessed day, and I'll catch you guys in that next video. Bye-bye. Hasta la próxima.